Hi everyone, my name is Andrew Cooley, Managing Director and Auctioneer at Avenue Auctions. And today I'm going to be talking to you about tips for buying at auction. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have an auction coming up that you're looking to bid on. First and foremost, good luck. I wish you all the very best and I hope you're the successful buyer of that auction property. Now, before auction day, there's a number of things that you need to do to make sure you're ready for the big day. The first and foremost and most obvious one would be to inspect the property. So clearly you've decided that this is the one for you, whether it be to occupy or maybe buying from an investment point of view. Now, make sure you understand what you think the value of that property is. So to do that, it's about going through other properties that are currently on the market that are in a similar price bracket to the one you're interested in, but also having a look at what has recently sold. And your marketing agent for that property will more than likely give you a number of sales that have taken place over the past couple of months that really justify the value of the property that they're marketing. So once you have a firm understanding of that value, then you make sure you get your finance approved. It's really important that before you actually go to auction, you know exactly what your budget is and you don't overextend yourself. Furthermore, we get the contract reviewed. So we have a professional actually go through the document and make sure there's no hidden surprises. Once you've done all of these things, you're ready for auction day. Now, when it comes to auction day, make sure you get to the auction a little bit early because you need to register. The agent's going to give you a bidding card. And once you've got all of those things, it's now time for you to bid and buy your dream property or investment property. Now, a lot of people always ask, what's the best bidding strategy? And can a bidding strategy actually help me outbid someone who might have a stronger budget? Well, the good news is, yes, it absolutely can. Now, I've seen thousands of auctions take place, and the number one tip I can give any buyer looking to bid and buy at auction is to bid with a load of confidence. So what I would do if I were a buyer, I would stand up the front of the auction. I'd stand quite close to the auctioneer. And when the auctioneer starts the auction, they typically ask for an opening bid. So for example, let's say the auctioneer says, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the bidding started at $1 million. If I were a buyer in that audience, I would put my card up straight away and say $1 million. Then the auctioneer would ask for an increment to move forward. So the auctioneer might say, okay, we're now going to move in $50,000 increments. If a buyer then says $1,050,000, come in on top straight away and say 1.1. If a buyer then takes a bit of time, has a think about it, and then says 50 on top of that, come in straight away and say 1.2. So every time another buyer bids, bid on top really quickly. Now, naturally, we all have a budget. So those 50,000 increments in this example might to start get a little bit close to where your actual max price is. So you might want to reduce those increments. Maybe you drop it down to 25s or 20s or 10s, whatever it might be. The best advice I can give you is when a buyer bids, bid on top straight away at whatever the increment might be that best suits your budget. Essentially, we want to make sure that the other buyers in the audience feel like you're not going to stop. Now, of course, you are going to stop. Everyone has a limit, everyone has a budget, but it's all about psychology when it comes to an auction. I want buyers to think, gee, this person just keeps on bidding. Every time I place a bid, they're not going to stop. They're clearly going to be the one who buys it. I'm just going to give up now. And I've seen this happen thousands and thousands of times, where someone might actually have a stronger budget, but through confident bidding, the buyer actually secures it when really they might have only had a couple of bids to go. So stand up close to the auctioneer, put your card up straight away, bid with a lot of confidence, bid with a lot of urgency, and I believe that will give you the winning edge to help you secure that property.